Alright, here we are with turn 6. So Sister Mary has currently got a witchy problem, and I don't think I can get there in time. So I'm going to take a move action to move 1, 2, then another move action to move 1, 2. And unfortunately, I believe that is all I can do. I don't think we can spend clue tokens to move extra. Because why would clue tokens let us move extra? With clue tokens, perform an equal number of puzzle steps when attempting a puzzle. Yeah. So that's all I'm going to be able to do. So now Sister Mary can attempt to smack a witch around.
Yeah.
She's got a couple of options. She can do it unarmed, which the kerosene lamp would help her with. Or she can try to bash her skull in with a fire extinguisher.
The problem with using the kerosene lantern is you have to discard the card. So it's kind of a
And the witch doesn't necessarily have a ton of health. If we go back to the app and call up the witch in our monster drawer, she only has 3 health.
So I think Sister Mary's going to go at her with a fire extinguisher.
Alright, so Sister Mary is going to attempt to bludgeon the witch to death with the fire extinguisher. That's a heavy weapon?
Yes, it is.
So she's going to attack with a heavy weapon. You and your opponent wrestle for control of your weapon. Oh, make a strength 2 check. Sister Mary's strength is
3.
Well, it's higher than I would have thought. I would have expected it to be 2.
Yeah, her lowest attribute is actually a 3. She's fairly well-rounded.
So with that and your cigarette case and your 5 clue tokens, hopefully this won't be too much. Nope, never mind. She got 1 success and 2 failures.
So that happened.
If you fail, it's all you can do to maintain your grip. So at least nothing bad happens. I was afraid she'd lose the fire extinguisher. Are you going to use your second action to attack again?
I am.
Same thing?
Yes.
You jab forward with the butt of your weapon, then swing the head around for a quick follow-up. Make an agility difficulty 2 check.
Which is also 3 dice. She has agility of 3.
Oh, she just got 3 successes. If you pass, the 1-2 punch disorients your foe. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test result.
Ooh, so the weapon's damage is 2, and my test result was 3, so 5.
It's going to be 2 more damage than you need. Are you sure you want to discard the witch? Confirm.
Absolutely.
And because a monster was defeated, my character becomes focused again, so I'll take the focused card. And that was Sister Mary's 2 actions. And I've taken my 2 actions. So we are going to move on to the Mythos phase. An invisible presence passes close by Sister Mary, hurling her painfully to the ground. Sister Mary suffers 2 face-down damage.
Rude.
Probably the ghost of the witch. Did not appreciate having its brains bashed in by a fire extinguisher. So this is its hollaback. And the investigator phase. Considering that only took us 3 minutes, we're going to go ahead and continue on. So, if we go back to the table, we can see that my character is here. I'm going to take a move action to move 1, 2. Probably going to regret it, but I'm going to investigate that bathroom. Why there's an investigation token on a room I can clearly see gives me pause, but whatever. Let's do it. A wooden plaque marked WC adorns the door to the hall bathroom. Through the door, you find a small bathroom lined with white tile. Discard the Explore token. Between the porcelain toilet and sink, a small wooden cabinet sits against the wall. Place a search token as indicated. You may move 1 space into the explored area. And I do. So my character is now in here. And that is my 2 actions. So now we will go to Psycho Sister Mary.
So she is going to investigate the papers strewn about.
Alright. Now this plays a lot better. I mean, there's a lot of me switching back and forth between the app here. When you play it, it actually works really well. We have it set up on a TV at the edge of our game table, and we're running it through my computer. And it actually works really well. And it worked really well in our group of 4 players when we played it with our group. It's sitting here at the edge of the table. It's nice, big, and in your face. And it really adds to the feel of the game. You know, like in the old game, it's like, all right, I'm going to use this clue token. We'd flip over a clue card and just read what it says. Now we know, when we click on it, a stack of papers has been strewn about the floor. So we know she's rooting around on the floor through the papers. And amidst the mundane paperwork, you find a weathered page covered in a strange script. Someone has scrawled a note in English across the top of the page. Speak these words for great power. Do you recite the script and enact Evil Dead, or return the papers and do not enter the world of Evil Dead?
Well, I don't know what could possibly go wrong from reading... So I will recite the script.
Oh, Bruce Campbell and Jane Levy don't agree. The eldritch words take on a life of their own as you speak them, reshaping your mind with new understanding of the script you are looking at. The lights flicker and you hear a whisper in your ear. Power comes with a price. Gain the Wither spell, then discard this search token. The Wither spell is a good one. I'll let you attack enemies, but potentially drives you insane. And that was Sister Mary's first action.
Correct.
If you're going to explore this token here, we're going to have to move your character stuff so we can slide everything down.
That's fine.
Bring the cam back up so we can try to make sure we stay as in focus. Because we don't have a ton of space here. Move that there, then I'll move my stuff over here for Michael McGlynn. And hopefully this will be enough. Hopefully it's a narrow thing that it wants us to add. So Sister Mary is going to take a look at that search token. A weathered door stands at the end of the hall. You hear bizarre noises from the other side. When you try the handle, you find the door is locked. A keyhole sits beneath the brass door handle. Well, never mind. So that does not take Sister Mary's action. So as you can see, this continue doesn't have that action symbol. So Sister Mary can take another action.
So Sister Mary will move to the one space further down the hall. That will take up her second action in preparation to search this next room.
Okay. So now the Mythos phase. A spell leaps unbidden into your mind. This Mythos event affects the investigator with the lowest willpower, which is somehow me with a 4. So, you attempt to decipher the spell. Make a lore difficulty 1 check. My lore is 2. I do have 2 clue tokens, but I do not know that I would... I might, because that, if I fail, looks really sucky. 1. I pass. So I got my 1 success. If you pass, you realize casting it would be a terrible idea. If you fail, the word you mumble somehow twist in the air and turn into writhing, shadowy tethers affixed to every limb. Suffer 3 horror and become restrained. That would have been awful. And now you will pay the price for that power. The lights flicker and the air crackles with electricity. Suddenly, reality seems to split before you and a terrifying creature slips through from an unknowable space beyond. Spawn a crawling one, as indicated. See, she just had to read the spell.
I said no horrible things could ever come from it. The game just didn't listen.
And again, somewhere Jane Levy and Bruce Campbell are both going, see, told you. So we are spawning one of these sexy fellas. What are these,
Slug thing.
yeah. And now it's going to activate, I'm sure, and do nasty, unspeakable things to Sister Mary.
Maybe she can continue her murderous rampage with her fire
Yes.
extinguisher.
Let's hope. The crawling one moves one space towards the nearest investigator within range. Then it attacks the investigator within range who has suffered the most horror. Well, it's going to move one space into the same space as Sister Mary and attack. You feel a creeping sensation as if hundreds of worms are crawling under your skin.
Awesome.
Make an observation 2 check.
She's an observation of 3.
Ooh, thankfully, she's got a crap load of clue tokens and some special abilities.
So, once per round, I can convert a search to a success.
So she's going to use her, what is it, the silver cigarette lighter or whatever?
The lucky cigarette case.
The lucky
because
cigarette
I
case.
rolled a success, a blank, and a search, so I'm turning that search into a success, so I now have 2.
So she passes. If you pass, you realize the creature is affecting your mind. Flip 2 horror face up.
That's the pass.
That's the pass.
Just to be... Okay.
So she has 2 horror. She's going to flip both of them face up.
So, we already knew I have the minor shock, which was resolve immediately, no effect. Flip this card back face down. The other one is panic. You scream,
shit.
leaping desperately away, and tumble to the ground. Resolve immediately. Suffer 1 additional face down damage, then flip this card face down.
Oof.
Awesome.
So that brings Sister Mary to 3 damage and 2 horror. I'm at 2 horror and 1 damage. So going back to the app. Yeah, had you failed, if you fail, you claw out your skin, attempting to dig the vermin from your flesh. Suffer 1 face down damage, 1 face down horror, and then flip your 2 horror. So, the exact same thing, just with extra damage and horror. That is awesome. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range. The only person that's going to be in range is Mary, because I would normally be within range space-wise, but because I'm in the bathroom, I'm protected by a door. So I can't see the horrible worm slug thing. The creature suddenly begins to shake violently, sending droplets of slime and ichor everywhere. Make a willpower 2 check. And her willpower is what, 5?
5.
So she rolled
Exactly
2 successes and 3 failures. So she passes. If you pass, you jump back and avoid the foul liquid. Wouldn't that have been agility? If you fail, the droplets that land on you are quickly absorbed into your skin, filling you with a shuddering dread. Suffer 1 horror and become dazed. Move.
Luckily, I avoided it.
And next we are going to move on to the investigator phase. And we will do that in the next video.